All right, y'all. So seems to be something going on with my computer and the screen, but we love technology when it works. Listen, I'm excited for you guys to be here. There seems to be some confusion with the link, and what we're doing is we're inviting the people to the right link. So if you're sitting at your computer right now, maybe you're driving home, or maybe you're just relaxing on the couch, I want you to send this link to someone that you should know that should be here, someone that's in the space of real estate, someone that's a lender, someone that's a title company, someone that you want them to go to the top with you. Because as we understand, we cannot go anywhere alone. It takes a village. And honestly, you guys, for those of you guys that may not know, you guys are my village. Stuff like this pumps me up. Stuff like this excites me. I'm literally at my company's conference right now, you all. And I cannot share with you how excited I am. And the reason I'm excited, not because I'm at my company's conference, but I'm among Black professionals, you all. We are officially at the Black Compass conference of my company. And I'm excited. I'm excited about the people that are here, the money makers that are here, the activity that's here. I'm excited for the new agents that are here. And they saw the vision just like I did. So what I'm going to do with you all is I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to share the vision with you guys as well. And what is that vision? That vision is that interest rates have officially gone down. What does this mean for me? Okay, if you're a real estate professional and you want to grow your listings to maybe an additional 5 before the end of the year, drop a 5 in the room for me. If you want to grow your listings an additional 5, drop a 5 in the room for me. Drop a 5 in the room for me. Or maybe you want to grow your listings by additional 10. Maybe you want to grow your listings by additional 10. Drop that 10 in the room for me. 10 is definitely a possibility. 10 is definitely a possibility. I see you guys raising your hands. I'm excited about that. So let me get started with the presentation tonight. So what I wanted to do was I really wanted to focus on the opportunity of not just being a business owner, which we all are. You know, at the time that we get our real estate license, we're definitely business owners. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to be able to give you the opportunity to know that I want to give you guys the opportunity to know that it takes understanding your business to be a business owner. So we're definitely going to dive into scripts, but what I want you guys to understand, the overview for today is business operations, okay, key systems for realtors. Realtors need systems, prospecting for sellers, handling objections, and converting those leads into closed transactions, okay? So we all say, hey, I'm a CEO. We love the fact that we're CEOs. We love to be a CEO. We love to be a business owner. We love waking up whenever we can wake up. We love going to bed whenever we can go to bed. We love hanging out with our friends wherever we can hang out with our friends. But the actual average of professionals that are actually making money is a 1-to-7 ratio, okay? Every 1 out of 7 people are actually making true money in the business that they are in. So what does this mean? This means that if you were among 40 people, 1 out of each 7 of those 40 people are actually making true money. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Maybe that's you right now. Maybe you're like, man, it's 2025. It's September 2025. It's September 10th, 2025, and I'm not where I want to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that you can change that. You can change that. And it's not really about what you make, it's about what you keep. If you're taking notes, you want to go ahead and grab your highlighter right now. You want to go ahead and put that in bold writing right now. It's not really about what you make, it's about what you keep. Because I believe you. I believe you if you tell me most people that are making a lot of money are spending a lot of money. So in today's curriculum, what we're going to be discussing, we're not just going to be discussing becoming your CEO, but we're going to be talking about being the CFO of your business, okay? We're going to talk about time blocking, tracking your expenses, building reputable systems, and leveraging systems that are out there, for example, AI, okay? So I want to let you guys know that as business owners, You need to be operating your business as a business, okay? So if you're just starting into real estate, maybe you're 5 years into real estate, maybe you're 10, 20 years into real estate, I want you to know that you need to get QuickBooks today. It's $20 or $25 right now subscription. Put that on automatic. Get yourself a QuickBooks, because QuickBooks is going to show you how you can operate as a business and utilize your earnings to do other business activities. Okay. This is coming from a gentleman, me. Okay. I've been doing this for 16 years. And I can remember back when I first was getting my real estate license and I started doing transactions, you guys, I had made $74,000 one year and I paid $30,000 to the IRS. Yes, I made $74,000 that year and I paid $30,000 to the IRS. When I finally figured it out, it was 2018. I found myself an amazing CPA, you all. And guess what? I made quadruple $74,000 and I paid back $18,000 in taxes. And it's all from the systems that I'm going to teach you guys here tonight. Yes. Can you believe that? You make less money and pay more taxes? You make more money and pay less taxes? How is this, Jeff? I'm going to explain this to you all. I'm still in the finding stages of trying to understand this. But one thing that I do know is that I'm not going to pay anybody that I don't want to pay. Ladies and gentlemen, it was so bad, I ignored it because I said, how am I going to pay $30,000 on 74,000 bucks? And you know, I already spent all the money. I ignored it. And guess what? I got a judgment against me. Okay. And then I was like, man, what do I do about this? This is crazy. And I was on the phone with one of my friends one day and she said, do you know how foolish you are right now? She said, you could have put that on a $25 payment plan. And I said, I didn't know. It was $30,000. I didn't have it. I just got into real estate. I didn't know what to do. And I was going to pay it. And luckily, the only reason I had to pay $30,000 was because I had a job also at that time. And that was a little bit of a buffer because I had paid the IRS already. That was a little bit of a buffer. So imagine if I would have been a full-time agent, no other job, and had to pay tax. I probably would have been paying 90 or $100,000. So what I'm going to teach you guys tonight is systems, okay? So tonight, before you go to bed tonight at 8:16 or 7:16, wherever you are in the globe, you're going to get QuickBooks, okay? Then what you're going to do with QuickBooks is you're going to link it to all of your business accounts, okay? You're going to link it to all of your business accounts. If those are credit cards or debit cards, you're going to link them there. Oh, wait a minute, Jeff. I don't have a business card. I operate out of my personal. Perfect, 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 perfect. I'm speaking directly to you, okay? You're going to go ahead and incorporate yourself a business account. All of your commission checks, all of your rentals, all of your things that has to do with your real estate business needs to go into that business account, okay? But before you do that, you need to generate a business LLC or a business corporation of some sort, okay? So is that going to be a professional associate, which is a PA? Is that going to be an LLC? Is that going to be an Inc? Whatever that's going to be, you need to go ahead and incorporate that. I want you to go back to your brokers and ask them, will they pay you out if you're an LLC? Will they pay you out if you're an Inc? Will they pay you out if you're a PA? If any of those answers are yes, you want to now identify which one is the best route for you. For myself, I'm an S corporation with a PA that I operate all of my real estate transactions through. I am an S corporation, which we'll get into, with a PA that I operate all of my business transactions through, okay? So once you do that, you're going to go back to QuickBooks because you've already created your account. You went to First Horizon, you went to Citibank, you went to People's Trust, you went to wherever your bank is, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, wherever that is. You went and you generated the account. You turned that information into your brokerage, and you said, moving forward, you will now pay me in this corporation account, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to take that corporation account and you're going to turn that into an S corporation. Okay. They're going to ask you, do you want to be a C or an S? Okay. I definitely advise you guys to get yourselves an accountant, a CPA, get yourselves one now. If I would have had one from day one, I would not have paying crazy taxes. Okay. I bonused the lady that had me pay $18,000 in taxes the first year because I was just so moved, so amazed, so in shock about what she was able to do with me, y'all. I bonused her. She's like, why did you send me extra money? I said, you just saved my life. You don't know what you just did for me here. Okay. So I'm going to get QuickBooks. Okay. The best thing about QuickBooks, you all, is that it's going to track everything that you do when it comes to using that debit card or that credit card. Okay. Now, once you go ahead and do that, you're going to now be able to keep track of all of your expenses. So are my expenses gas? Are my expenses dry cleaning? Are my expenses miles on my vehicle? Are my expenses taking people out to lunch, breakfast, dinner? Are my expenses business cards? Are my expenses paying my staff? Are my expenses paying overhead of my building? Are my expenses paying for my cell phone? Are my expenses paying for my travel? Your account through QuickBooks is going to be able to automate that automatically. For $25, I'm going to save your life. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to generate QuickBooks to now be able to track your income with your expenses. Okay. And this is how you're going to see if you're fruitful at the end of the month or if you need to cut back on your spending. Okay. You're going to now activate your QuickBooks, and we could do a part 2 segment of this, okay? Where every time you get a commission check, QuickBook automatically knows to place it as a positive because you're gonna notate it. If you're with a particular brokerage, that's how it shows in your bank account. If it's a particular coding or a particular name, you're going to be able to put that into QuickBooks, and once QuickBooks gets that information, it's going to automatically link it as a positive, okay? Okay. And then moving forward, you're never going to use your personal account to operate business transactions. Okay. Number 2, we're going to talk about this in part 2, is I'm going to show you guys on how you can apply for business credit cards, business lines of credit that you can now use to expense your business. So, man, I just got an LLC or I just got a corporation, or I just got a business name, and I need funding. I need funding to pay for billboards. I need funding to pay for bus benches. I need funding to pay for postcards. I need funding to pay for this and pay for that. We're going to talk about that. Okay. Okay. So now what we want to talk about is we want to talk about building a powerful CRM system to leverage clients. Okay. And when I say clients, a lot of you guys think, oh man, the guy that wants to buy, the guy that wants to sell, the guy that wants to rent. Yes, those are definitely clients, ladies and gentlemen. But guess what? Realtors are clients as well. Realtors are clients as well. Okay. So what you're going to do moving forward is you're going to now connect with realtors that can provide you leads and referrals. Why am I at this conference here, you all? Because I attended the last one and I got 3 referrals from it. I attended the last one and I got 3 referrals from it. It paid for itself. Okay. So what am I going to do? If I don't have a CRM right now that my company provides, I'm going to go ahead and research some CRMs that are out there, or maybe Follow Up Boss. Okay. Maybe Top Producer. Okay. Maybe Lime. Okay. Maybe Excel. Jeff, I ain't got no money. I can't afford no CRM. They $50 a month. Excel. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an Excel sheet. And on the bottom of my Excel sheet, I'm going to create tabs. And tabs are going to be buyers, sellers, realtors, vendors. And I'm going to create an Excel sheet based off of that. Imagine if I go to ChatGPT right now and I say, ChatGPT, create me a database where I can plug in people's information because I am on a budget and I cannot afford a CRM right now. Build me out one. with the free version or the $20 a month ChatGPT, you'll be able to get that, okay? And what you're going to start doing is you're going to start inputting people's information into there, okay? But not just putting people's information into there, you're going to start syncing people's information where they properly go, okay? So what I love to talk to my students about is operating by the green, yellow, red. We know what those lights mean, don't we? So green, they're ready to go right now, okay? Yellow, I got to still work on them. We got some kinks that we got to fix. And red, man, I may not even be able to touch them by the end of 2025. But guess what? They're going to be at the top of the list come 2026. Okay? So what do we say for our yellows? Our yellows, we're going to talk to them every single other week. Okay? Every single other week. And our reds, we're going to speak to them every 4 weeks. Did you hear that? Our reds, we're going to speak to them once a month. Every 30 days, you're going to hit your reds up because they're going to be categorized in that CRM that you have paid by your company, or you went out and you found one, or you said, Jeff, I'm going to use this Excel until I can't use it anymore. Okay. Or what you're going to do is you're going to use the CRM that's provided to your company and just learn it. Just learn it. Man, I don't like it. I don't understand how to use it. Learn it. Go to Fiverr, get somebody for $5 an hour. Say, I got 30,000 people in my database. Can you clean them up, put them where they go? If you see anything that says realtor in their names, that means they're a realtor. Anyone else is a client. Put them in the client database, and I'm going to have to go through it, and I'm going to have to time block. I have my team literally time blocked right now to clean the database every single day. Every single day we fine tune the database, okay? We'll probably be doing that for the next 6, 7 months, okay? They know their activity is first thing at 8 o'clock in the morning when they clock in is hit the database for 1 hour, okay? After that 1 hour, they're free to do whatever they have to do on their task list, but they don't talk to no one. They don't take any intake activities. They don't respond to anything until that 1 hour task is done, okay? So we're going to put them into our database, okay? So green, we need to be speaking to them every single week. Every single week, we need to be speaking to them, okay? And now what we're going to do is how are we going to get people in our database, okay? We're going to send out a campaign. We're going to send out a survey, okay? We're going to go through our phones right now and go down the audit of our phones. Listen, my team's doing it for 1 hour a day. So that means either you're doing it or you're finding someone to do it. We're going into our phones and we're looking to see who do we have the most accurate phone number, email address, date of birth, mailing address. Phone number, email address, database, mailing address, date of birth. Okay? Date of birth, mailing address, email, phone number, okay? And how do we do that? Man, I got Jessica's phone number. I don't even have her last name. Oh my gosh. Hey, Jessica, it's Jeff. I hope all is well. As we move into the fourth quarter, I got a couple of goals. And one of my main goals is cleaning up my database. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure you had the most accurate information on you. But wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, before we do that, we're going to freeze. And we're going to go to Jotform. We're going to go to Google. We're going to go to Intake. We're going to go to Typeform. Any of those platforms that are out there that we're using, okay? And we're going to create an intake sheet for them, okay? Your intake sheet, you're going to go, for example, you're going to go to Google. If you have a Gmail account, you're going to create one for free. You're going to banner it out. You're going to add the following information. It's going to be name, phone number, email address, date of birth, and mailing address. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to send that out to everyone in our phone. Everyone in our phone. We're going to send that out. Okay? Why are we doing this? One, we're getting the most accurate information. Two, we're cleaning up our systems. And three, we're staying top of mind. You are prospecting without even prospecting. Jeff, I don't like making calls. Jeff, I don't like door knocking. Jeff, I don't like talking to people. You prospecting right there. With that intake form, you're going to go ahead and you're going to send that out to people. You're going to key in the most information. They're going to key in the most information that they possibly can. And that's going to come back to you. Okay. If you're using Gmail or Jotform or any of those type forms or intake, if you're using any of those, turn on the notification bell so that it notifies you every single time someone responds. Okay. Yeah, you may get 30,000 emails, but guess what? You're on purpose right now. You're on a mission right now. You got a vision right now. You got goals right now. 2026 will not look like 2025. Okay. And what you're going to do with that is you're now going to take that information that they provide to you and you're going to bring it over to your CRM. Okay. So now when you're speaking to people, you're speaking to them correctly. You're speaking to your buyers correctly. You're speaking to your sellers correctly. I promise you, if you send them that information sheet, they're going to ask you what's going on in the real estate market. They're going to ask you what's happening, what's cooking, how's the market, and you're going to now be able to tell them interest rates just went down last week, Friday, and I'm so excited that I got 4 people to call me. One of our students did a video as we instructed. She got 4 consultations. Okay. One of them a seller and 3 of them buyers. Have you guys reached out to your database? Have you guys created any email blasts? Have you guys created any social media content letting people know that interest rates just went down? And it's the lowest that it's been for a whole entire year. Okay. Okay. So if not, I'm giving you guys a couple of activities. I've learned that I give people a lot of stuff to do, and I'm learning how to really slow down and back up with my information overload, because people always say it's great, but it's always so much. Because I just move like that. I move like that. I literally, you all, I plan something and I do it. I plan something and I do it. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm actually going back to school. I'm excited to be a student, and I was just sitting on the couch one day, and I said, I'm going back to school. And I left it alone, and I was driving and I was on the phone with someone and the conversation came up and I said, wow, I'm going back to school. And then I started doing the work. I'm doing the work already, you all. And guess what? I'm already interviewing for jobs and having conversation with people for jobs for what I'm doing, what I'm going to be going back to school for. I'm still going to be in the space of real estate. Don't worry. I'm going to still go get those listings. But I'm excited. I'm excited that I'm doing the work and doing the activity and everything's gonna work out, you know? So now once you're able to create that, okay, you're gonna now be able to have the conversations that you need to have with the people that you need to have with them, okay? And let's say, for example, the conversation comes up. How's the real estate market? I'm thinking about selling my house. I'm thinking about buying a property. I need to get a rental. I'm tired of this rental. My lease is up. You can now provide to them your calendar app. Okay. For myself, I use Calendly. And then we also use Go High Level for our other business. But there's so many other platforms out there where people can schedule themselves to work with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're business owners. We have to operate as a business, okay? We have to operate as a business. If I go and I knock on the door at Publix at 10:01, the lights are going to be shut down, the registers are going to be closed, the doors are going to be tight, shields shut, okay? So what does this mean? That means, am I operating as that CEO that I enjoy saying? Am I operating as that CEO hat that I continue to wear? Am I operating as that business owner that I continue to tell people, okay? I got to give me some sort of calendar app, okay? For any of you guys that have joined our program and you guys are here tonight, which I see some familiar faces, you recall that. We sent you a calendar app and we said, go ahead and plug yourself onto the calendar. We will speak to you at your respected time. So go ahead and generate that as a business owner, okay? That app, you need to be using it with your buyers, your sellers, your investors, your renters, anyone, okay? Because what it does, ladies and gentlemen, is it sets precedents, okay? When someone wants to work with me, I send them my app because it doesn't just show them that I'm available for them, but it also shows them that I stand on business. It's going to automatically plug itself to my calendar. It's going to plug itself to their calendar. I'm going to hold myself accountable. We're not going to forget about it. Okay. And what we're doing is we're creating systems. A lot of us real estate professionals, we get into the business and we're in the business for 5 years, 7 years, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years, and we still struggle with systems. And the systems are the most basic things that are out there. Okay. So get yourself a Calendly, get yourself and maybe the CRM you have right now has access for someone to plug themselves into your calendar. Or maybe it's a widget that you can add to your website because you own your own website and your own domain. And now you got to go back to your website guy and say, hey, I need another widget on here. I need a calendar plugin. Okay. So for those of you guys that own your own websites, your own domains, and you guys are now using your brokerage's stuff, get that on there. Get that on there. Get a mortgage calculator on there and get yourself a widget where now people can plug themselves onto your calendar, okay? Okay. And now the number one way to touch people for free is through social media, okay? So why did I say ChatGPT earlier and why did I speak about AI? Everyone needs to stay relevant in today's times. I had a young lady one time ask me to refer her to 3 mortgage lenders. And I sent her 3 mortgage lenders and she's like, okay, I'm going to go look them up. And I'm like, why? I sent them to you. Like, they're good. She's like, yeah, but I want to go see their pages. I said, oh, wow, that's interesting. And I stopped at that moment. This was about 4 years ago. I stopped at that moment and I said, wow, people are researching people. Your platforms, ladies and gentlemen, have now became your resumes. They have now became your testimonials. They now have became your results. They have now became on, do I work with this person or do I not work with this person? So you got to ask yourself, activity number 2, before you go to bed tonight, audit your pages and say, wait a minute, is this someone that I would work with? Look at yourself. We always tell the sellers, you got to look at it in the eyes of the buyer. You need to look at yourself right now in the eyes of a seller, in the eyes as a referral partner, as an eyes of a buyer, as an eyes of an investor, as an eyes of a renter, and say, would I work with this person right here? And if not, then it's time to get to work. How do you do that? Understand what your desire is right now and allow ChatGPT to be your best friend. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm only telling you guys stuff that I do, stuff that I coach my agents on, and the stuff that I provide to you guys free of charge. I could have said, go buy our calendar for this amount, or go plug into our training for this amount, or go get coached by us for this amount. But ladies and gentlemen, everything is literally on ChatGPT. You can easily go to ChatGPT, ladies and gentlemen, and you can literally get any information that you need. So what does this look like? What is your call to action? What do you want your business plan to look like? Who do you want your clientele to be? What community do you want to service? And allow ChatGPT the opportunity to service you in that operation, okay? So what does this look like? ChatGPT, I'm new to social media, or I need to clean up my social media page, or I need some ideas of what I need to do. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to say, build me out a 30-day content calendar for people in the North Carolina market that are buying between 800,000 to 1 million or whatever it is. Whatever it is. Okay. Hey, I specialize in the probate area. Give me a content calendar for the next 2 weeks, the next 1 week, the next 15 days, the next 3 days, the next 1 year of people in the probate space. And I want to be the authority when it comes to probate. It's going to give you the activities of what you guys need to do, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to show you exactly what you need to do. You just got to follow it through. And that's where your social media calendar is going to come into place. We have some of our agents right now that are on social media that's never been on social media. We have some of our agents right now that own a YouTube that's never owned a YouTube before. We have some of our agents right now that own their Instagram, but they were not true to it. They weren't social on the social media platform. You get me? And they're doing the activities and they're seeing the results. So I'm going to tell you now, we used to say our average buyer was 35, 37 years of age. Ladies and gentlemen, people at the age of 19, 20, 21 are buying properties now. People 19, 20, and 21 are buying and selling properties right now. And guess what? They're pulling their clients off of platforms. And if we want to stay relevant, we don't want to be the Toys R Us. We don't want to be the Wendy's. We don't want to be the Burger King. We don't want to be the Burlingtons. We don't want to be the whatever else was out there. We got to shift with the times. We got to commit to shift with the times, okay? Y'all, my camera guy was supposed to come with me here to North Carolina. And he says, Jeff, got a little error, double book, can't make it out here. It's all right. I went to Instagram, you guys, and all I did was hashtag North Carolina videographer. 30,000 people showed up. I texted about 8 to 10 of them. 4 people responded to me. I'm still interviewing right now so that I can get me a content person come Thursday, which is tomorrow, come Friday, while I'm here. Because I got to capture the information. I can't just be here and not capture it. There may be North Carolina people that want to buy in Miami. And I got to let them know I'm in your town. Come work with me. Hello. But I got to understand that times are changing and I got to stay relevant. I got to stay relevant. Okay. So what you're going to also do once you're able to get everyone's information, you're going to now be able to touch the people every 15 to 30 days. Your database should hear from you every 15 to 30 days. I'm in a revamp stage myself right now. So I'm very particular on what our sellers hear from us, what our realtor hear from us. You know, I used to send out everything to everyone. I'm like, they got to know the information. They got to see my face. But I'm really in a revamp stage right now. And I'm very particular on the information that I put out there to my realtors, the information I put out there to my coaching students, the information that I put out there to the sellers that we're working with. But guess what? They hear from me every 15 to 30 days. Today's Wednesday. Our email went out today for our sellers. Our weekly email went out to our sellers today. Our weekly email went out to our buyers and our renters. We send the buyers and the renters the same email every single Wednesday. Okay? And we ensure that we embed everything with a call to action. If you want my template, I'm gonna give you guys an activity right now. If you want my template for my sellers and my buyers, go over to Instagram right now. We're gonna pause for a quick second. This is an intermission. Go over to my Instagram right now and text me template. And I'm gonna get you guys my template in the morning, what we send out to our sellers and what we send out to our buyers and our renters. It's crucial you stay in front of people's face. I have 39,000 people in my database. 39,000 people that we're cleaning up. I got 2 people doing data entry every single day, 8 to 9 o'clock. So if this is you and you're like, man, what do I send out to the people? What do I send out to the people? I just did a calculation for you. I want to motivate you guys. I'm not glowing right now. I promise you guys I'm not glowing because I can care less. I did $86,000 in income last month. I'm scheduled to do $72,000 in income this month. And these are systems that I continue to revamp, systems that I continue to create, things that I continue to learn, stuff that I continue to implement, activities that I continue to do. And maybe somebody's on here and they're like, that's all you did? I did more than that, Jeff. And kudos to you. Kudos to you. Celebrate yourself right now. But one thing that I could definitely tell you though, is that the systems that you're using today, if you don't continue staying with the times, those systems are not going to be relevant next week. They're not going to be relevant next month, and they're definitely not going to be relevant next year. So we got to continue changing with the times, okay? And that's where workflows come in. Workflows come in, okay? We got some workflow templates for you guys. Maybe you're interested in that. Maybe that's what you're interested in. Jeff, I got this email thing on pack. I got this email thing locked, okay? Go over to Instagram and text me workflow. And I'm going to send you guys some workflow activities, okay? And this is exactly why, as we continue this intermission right here, y'all, this is exactly why we're doing this 5-day mastermind, okay? Where I'm bringing in people that I've hand-selected that are movers and shakers in the industry. Specialists in the AI space, people doing new construction, people being spouses plus in leadership, okay? People running brokerages, okay? I've hand-selected these people for our 5-day mastermind, which is at 8 o'clock, starting October 6th, for a low ticket, which I'll get into later on, that's going to provide you the opportunity to get your systems in order so you can now have the best remainder of 2025, but a phenomenal 2026. Okay? Okay? This wouldn't be a Jeff coaching if we didn't talk about prospecting. The phones pays the bills, you all. Okay? So if you want to dominate in the space of growing your inventory, okay, interest rates have gone down. How do we turn that? Everyone's flocking over to interest rates have gone down. It's time to buy. If you're in Florida, everyone's flocking to the Florida Hometown Heroes program. Okay? But guess what? Imagine if you can use the interest rates have gone down conversations with sellers that have expired, canceled, vacancies, and let them know that, hey, interest rates have gone down and buyers are looking for homes like yours. Jessica, I don't know if you know, but interest rates have gone down and I got buyers that are looking to be in your area. I got buyers that are looking to be in your city. I got buyers that are looking to be in your town. I literally wanted a listing like this. He was an expired who I saw him expire, and I had a buyer that was interested. Not really one of my buyers. He called me on another listing of mine that I had. He wasn't interested in that. I said, I'll see what's out in the area. And I looked up the expireds and the cancels. And I called and I text the guy because he didn't answer the phone. I texted him. I said, hey, listen, I got a client that's interested in a home in your area, and your home matches his checklist. And guess what? He went from expired. Listen to this, you all. He went from expired to me seeing the property to for sale by owner to listing with me. Okay. By just that attempt right there, my buyer ended up not wanting the property. She says it's way too dark. She's more into like the new colors now, which are like white, beige, cream. His house is very like, I'd say 2020, 2021, you know, very black, very brown, very gray. And she said it's just way too dark for her. But guess what? I went there twice and we had the conversation. And I noticed that he went from expired to for sale by owner. So that means this guy's desperate to sell. He just pissed off at his agent for not being able to do the job. And having the right conversation, asking the right questions, I was able to sign him. And we're going to be getting him on the market. So expires, FSBOs definitely pay the bills, okay? So do you have some sort of resume that you're calling expires and FSBOs? Do you have some sort of system that you're using? Are you getting numbers from somewhere? Okay. What I recommend that you do, if you're not in a place to pay for a dialer system or a phone system to send you phone numbers, is partner up with someone. Partner up with someone that you guys can split the list. Okay. You can split the cost, you can split the list. Okay. And commit to making those calls. We spoke about workflow earlier. We spoke about emails earlier. We spoke about database earlier. These are the people in the database, the expireds and the FSBOs. They need the information. Where are they going to get it from? I am the authority in the space of real estate. Okay. So create that. If you want some more information on that, we'll definitely talk about that during the mastermind. Okay. And utilizing open houses. A lot of times people believe that they're doing open houses to really get buyers. And no, sometimes you can do open houses to get sellers. It's all about how you market it. It's all about how you present the property. So think about this. Imagine if I needed to sell my house, but I needed to buy a property first. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to check the inventory to see what's happening out there. And I noticed you had 30,000 open house signs. You got balloons, you got food, you got valet, you got a catering, you got a clean house, you got a great presentation, you have a photographer, you have a DJ, you have music, you have giveaways. I'm like, wow, this person has gone to the extreme. I'm thinking about selling my house. I may want to work with them. And just like that, you continue doing open houses on colleagues' listings, on your listings, but you do them at 5-star level. You do them at a white glove service. And the neighbors come over because guess what? You created a workflow where you're inviting the neighbors, you're door knocking the area, you're cold calling the area, you're using slide broadcast, for example. What is slide broadcast, Jeff? Slide broadcast is the opportunity for me to take a database, upload it into slide broadcast, and now I can leave a ringless voicemail to everyone's phone without them ever getting a call from me. Or maybe I'm using a text message system, okay? I'm not the TCPA. So just know what I'm telling y'all is just raw information. You do what you want to do, okay? But imagine if I can get a text message list and I can text message everyone because I have a text message platform that's out there. I promise you guys, I do it all the time. Some people unsubscribe. Some people respond, stop. Some people respond, send me more information. Some people respond, I will be there. Some people respond, wow, this is really cool. What system are you using? But guess what? We're touching them every way that we can. We're touching them every way that we can. Okay. Another way that we're going to generate listings, we're going to circle prospect the areas that we want to work in. So we got a buyer that's looking for a property in a particular area. Imagine the opportunity to double dip. Hello. Imagine the opportunity to double dip because we circle prospect the area. You're probably sitting in your seat right now, ladies. Talking to my ladies right now. You're probably sitting in your seat right now. And Jessica's looking for a particular property and you just can't find it on the MLS. But imagine if you found the area that she was interested in and you got the phone numbers and you called and you said, hey, I have a seller or a buyer, whomever this person may be, that is looking to be in this particular area. Have you ever thought about selling if you can get the number that you wanted? Past clients, referral network. Okay. Your past clients should be providing referrals to you. Your past clients should be providing referrals to you because we're going to use a 4-touch system. We're going to talk to them 4 times a year from the time that we close the transaction. I spoke about this yesterday during training. I said NAR, National Association of Realtors, stated that the average realtor does not follow up with their clients once they do the pictures, they do the celebration, they do the champagne toast, they do the photography, they do the whole 9, and they get their check. And NAR states that the average seller out there, the average buyer that's out there would use the same agent, but has opted not to simply because they cannot remember who that realtor is. Simply because they cannot remember who that realtor is. You got to ask yourself right now, have I done any rentals and not spoken to the people since? Have I done any sales and have not spoken to the people since? Have I done any transactions and have not heard back from the people? You got to ask yourself that. I have dropped the ball. I have fallen short of following up with them. We're going back to the CRM, y'all. We're going back to the systems, y'all. We're going back to the emails that we're getting. We're going back to the touches of the yellow, red, green. And then in community involvement. Am I infiltrating myself in the area I see myself working in? Y'all, I'm a testimony. I'm a 35, 36-year-old. I don't even know how old I was, that moved from his home and went into a new environment, a new territory, and said, I'm going to learn this area. I'm going to get business from this area. I'm going to get involved in this area. My dry cleaning is in Fort Lauderdale. I live in the city of Fort Lauderdale. My gymnasium is in Fort Lauderdale. My church is in Fort Lauderdale. My grocery store is in Fort Lauderdale. My office is in Fort Lauderdale. My home is in Fort Lauderdale. My car wash is in Fort Lauderdale. My chiropractor is now in Fort Lauderdale. You guys see the trends that I'm creating? You see a trends that I'm creating? So audit yourself right now and say, wait a minute. I may not live in Coral Gables for my Miami folks, but I want to work that market. I want to be in that market. So what activities are you doing there? Are you paying money into that community? Number one. Number two, are you involving yourself in the activities that are happening? I'm plugged into Fort Lauderdale Police. I'm plugged into Fort Lauderdale activities. I'm plugged into Los Olas activities. I got my notifications on for everything that's happening in the city, in the town, and the sister cities and towns, because I want to be a part of it. I want to know about it. I want to visit it. I share this story every single time because it's really what I do. I literally go to the Publix in the city that I live in because I want to make sure my dollars are going back into the town that I reside in. I live among one, two, three, four, maybe four Publixes right now. And as I was driving just the other day, I just moved into a new area, you all. As I was driving the other day, I said, wait a minute, there's four Publixes here. I got to pick which Publix I want to go to. But then I said, wait a minute, I need to pick the Publix that's most closest to my zip code so that I make sure I service my community and I network with the people that's in there. Publix gives out a loan so you can buy a house. Do y'all know that? Publix supports their people going back to school to better educate themselves. Did y'all know that? So I want to make sure I do that. So right here, this is where you're going to prospect for sellers. Everything that you do is in the space of sellers. I literally don't work with buyers. I really don't work with buyers. I really do not work with buyers. A friend of mine sent me his listing yesterday, and I said, I don't show property. I don't know what you want me to do with this. But I do not show property. Okay? I got my seller script for you guys. This don't even make no sense. For anyone that registered here tonight, I'm going to send you guys the script book that I've created, that I continue to revamp and revise based on what's happening. Okay, for anyone that registered tonight. So you want to make sure that if you're invited by a guest, just go over to the link and register so that you can get this script book sent over to you tomorrow morning. Okay. Let's talk about a couple of objections right now, okay? So I believe the objections are the same objections that you're going to continue to hear. It's the same ones we continue to hear year by year. But I believe that we can overcome any objection. We can overcome any objection. I already have an agent, okay? Honestly, we got to get down to the nitty gritty. Talk to me about that agent that you've had. Mr. Seller, the person that didn't sell your house the first time, you trust them to put your house back on the market? I got a question for you. How motivated are you? Write this down. How motivated are you to sell your property? So I'm a little bit concerned. You're motivated to sell your home on a 10-level scale because you need to get to Chicago and you're going to give the property back to the same agent that showed you zero results the first time? I want to wait. Okay, great. They want to wait. What are they waiting for? Ms. Mississauga, did you know in your town 30,000 people bought and sold last month? Do you know last month 3.2 homes were sold in your area. Do you know last month 10 houses were listed, 8 were sold? They talk about the commission maybe being too high. In my coaching program, we use a commission menu. And you may not have one right now, but what you got to do is you have to identify, what are you giving these sellers? What are you giving these sellers? Did you know that providing feedback to the seller is a marketing tactic? Do you know it's something that deserves compensation, ladies and gentlemen? Why, Jeff? Why? Because Jessica shows my house. I already show her the property. Now I got to follow up with her. She may not answer the first time. She may not fill out the showing in feedback form. I got to call, text. I got to report back to the seller. If I still don't hear from her within 24 hours, I got to go back to the selling agent, ask them again. I still can't get a hold of them. I got to still follow up 72 to a whole week later to get feedback. Even though I did follow up with them, they did get them the feedback. The market is just so slow right now. I got to call them back in 2 weeks to see if there's any motivation. Guess what? We dropped the price. I got to go back and call them again. That's money. Miss Mrs. I don't know if you know, but many realtors don't even provide feedback to you when your property is shown. Have you sold a property before? I want to ask you this question. I have. Do you remember when you sold your last house? Did the agent ever tell you anything when people actually came and saw the property? Well, Miss Mrs. one of the best things that we do inside of our marketing is ensure that every single showing is provided to you by a feedback within 24 to 48 hours of them seeing the property. Because especially in the market that we're in right now, I want to make sure that you're abreast to what's happening here. Okay. And Mrs. Seller, you let me know if I give you too much information or I need to give you less information. If they tell me the wall is blue, I'm going to make sure I let you know that. Okay. If they tell me anything about the price, if they tell me anything about the conditions, if they tell me anything about any feedback, are you okay with me giving you every single piece of information that they give me? We're just testing the market out. Okay. Educate them on pricing their home correctly the first time. I got a listing right now, you all. It's priced at 650 or something like that. Every single offer we received has been 550, 500, 550, 500, 550, 500. So right there, we're educating the seller that where the market is, and the seller's refusing to understand that. So what do? We continue to give weekly updates. We continue to call. We continue to get temperature checks on the seller. We continue to let them know the feedback from the clients, okay? Because I believe that eventually they're going to come to a realization and they're going to go ahead and they're going to understand that we need to lower the price, okay? Take a quick screenshot of this. Because I believe the reason a lot of us are not successful is not because we don't have clients, it's because we lack confidence in ourselves. We are not successful because we lack confidence in ourselves. So what we're going to do here today, homework assignment number 3, is that before we go to bed tonight, we're going to speak to ourselves, and we're going to speak to ourselves firmly. We're going to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, man, we're the best. We're the greatest. We are a money magnet. We are a top listing agent. We are debt free. Sellers are looking for us daily. We're going to affirm the stuff that we are because we are it. We just haven't walked into it. We just haven't believed in it. We just haven't operated in that fashion just yet. You ever heard I'm a billionaire, but the money just hasn't caught up to me yet? That's exactly the space that we're in right now. So sometimes we don't close the appointment because we don't even believe in ourselves that we can close the appointment. Set clear guidance with what you're going to do moving forward. Y'all, I trained on this a couple of weeks ago, and I trained on the lockbox technique, you guys. I literally left the lockbox at this lady's house, and she called me back later that day. She said, you left your lockbox here. And I said, oh man, I can come back and get it. She says, no, just leave it here. We'll use it when we put the house on the market. It's been a week now, y'all, but I've spoken to her. She's called me. She still has my lockbox. My job's already done there. I can go prospect the next seller because this one's already done in the bag. Okay? 9:03, y'all. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. I do want to apologize about the link error that we had earlier. But what I want to remind you guys is that we're doing a 5-day mastermind course. For anyone that's, maybe you're a spouse right now, and you're like, how do I balance being a spouse and being a top producing agent? Maybe you want to go open up your own brokerage. Maybe you want to tap into AI, Jasper, ChatGPT, okay? Maybe you want to understand, how do I become involved in organizations, community activities? Or maybe you just want to continue to grow your listings. We're doing a 5-day mastermind, you all, October 6th, a 5-day mastermind, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, where we're going to be working with you guys to grow your network. I'm bringing the best speakers that I possibly can, speakers that are in my market, out of my market, that I believe can touch you guys the way you need to be touched, felt, heard, and get you guys. So VIPs for $297, our VIP people are going to be able to get a single Saturday mastermind Q&A segment with all the speakers. They're going to be able to get the recordings from every single segment. They're going to get access to our private WhatsApp group. Everyone's going to get a copy of my scripts. Everyone's going to get access to speak to the speakers during the actual segment. And everyone's going to get access that Sunday before our event. We're going to do a Zoom or Google Meets, whatever it is, party to celebrate you all. Do a Q&A segment so I can understand exactly what each and every single person here is looking for. Okay? So if you want to go ahead and register, go ahead and grab your ticket now. If you want to think about it, take a screenshot of this, but understand that you're steps away from your next deal. But something is stopping you. Your mindset, your scheduling, your patterns, your conversation, your closes, your network is stopping you from closing that next transaction. And you gotta do something different. And I believe that it's a mindset thing. I believe that it's a motivational thing. I believe that it's a trust thing. I believe that it's a lack of confidence thing that you may have right now. Y'all may hear some noise in the background. I'm literally doing this segment right here inside the gym. People are working out. But guess what? I'm doing it twofold. They're walking in, they're seeing me present, so I do real estate, hello. 2, I'm not shaking up because there's a gym loaded with people here that some of you guys may have not wanted to present. Think about it. You're probably sitting in your seat right now, and you're probably like, I'm not going to present in front of them random people. Bring them on. Bring them on. Okay? If you're a part of our coaching program, we have a 20% discount for you. We've also collaborated with the Black Realtors Organization of South Florida. So if you're a member of NARAB South Florida, we have a discount code for you. Just go ahead and text me on Instagram, and I'll get you those 2 discount codes for 20% off. And once again, if you're one of our students, you get 20% off too. But don't allow $297 or $97 to stop you from getting the information. You may learn one thing that's going to change your business for the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years. I want to go ahead and thank you guys for being here tonight. I want to go ahead and take some questions. If you have any questions, go ahead and raise your hand. Go ahead and raise your hand if you have a question. And I'll unmute you so that you can ask the question that you have. All right. I see no questions, no comments. Amazing. If you want a copy of the replay, go ahead and text me on Instagram. I'll get you the copy of the replay. If you want the slides, go ahead and text me on Instagram, and I'll get you the copies of the slides. Go ahead, Patrice.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hey, great training. Thank you so much for doing this, by the way.
Where are you tuning in
Um,
from, Reese?
what?
What state or city are you in?
I'm in South Florida.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Got it.
Yes. Oh, Fort Lauderdale, Florida,
I
state of
love it.
city. Okay. You mentioned earlier to type 2 words. You said type workflow, and then you said type the other one
Yeah, hit me up
from.
on Instagram and type and text me those so I can send them to you.
What was the other word that you said to type?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
Just
Um,
send me those two things that you need to send me and I'll remember tomorrow.
okay. Do you have any CPAs that you would recommend?
I got a few. I'll definitely send them over to you. Send me that on Instagram as well. I got a few
Oh,
that I could definitely send over to you. Are you
sure.
structured? Is your business structured as it should be?
No.
Okay.
I do everything from my personal account right now. So I feel like I'm gonna be like you because I definitely this is like the most I made this year. And
Congrats.
it's all in a personal account, but I don't know if I can switch it over before, the taxes are due and figure everything out.
Yeah, the CPA will get you right. The CPA will get you right. Yeah. So you're more of a liability when you don't own a business. A lot of people say, how does Trump pay no taxes, or how does Trump pay so little taxes? Because they know the cheat code. They know the cheat codes, the stuff that we don't know, they know. And having the right CPA is going to allow you the opportunity to get you right where you're not paying so much in taxes, you know? So just hit me up on Instagram and I'll get all that information to you. Any other questions or comments? All right, you all. I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for spending the night with me. You could be anywhere else, but you were here because you're serious about your business. I know you learned something. If you learned something, just let me know what you learned on Instagram, and I'll be sure to comment and feel touched as I already do. And I will see you guys October 6th if you're interested in moving forward with us on our 5-day mastermind where we're going to brainstorm, we're going to activate, we're going to get to work together. Thank you guys for being here. Have a great night. Take care.